Welcome back to Divine Mission Podcast. We are here with Helen for part three of our interview. We're going to discuss boredom and we're going to discuss the TV shows that we watch and what we find entertaining in them and why they are so juicy and why we cannot stop talking about this TV. I don't know, it's a specific genre of TV series. They're mostly Korean, Malaysian, Thailand.
Japanese, Korean, and Taiwanese.
So it's like Asian dramas. And just, yes. So we're going to talk about them, and usually they focus on boil up or romance. And so we usually find that whole aspect so entertaining. And so we're going to talk about it here. So I think the series that got us started on this journey is King Posh. Oh my God.
Yes. All right, so I happened on these shows by chance. Let me just start by that. So it's not like a series, whatever a genre that I was aware of. I don't even know. I think I was on YouTube. It was just, the way you hit on like drama series, whatever previews. You just want to see what to watch.
Yeah.
And I happened to just land on a preview. If I'm not wrong, that one was like Together or something. Together with you, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, what's this about? And so I searched for it online, and that was the first boil up series I ever watched. And I was like, yeah, because I'd never seen anything like that.
Yeah.
And I mean,
there was an American series that was kind of that genre, the one about the family that ran a funeral home. I don't know if we watched it together.
No.
Yes, but it wasn't mostly that. So it was an HBO series.
Yeah.
And then the focus was on one of the sons in the family business was a gay man, and he was in a relationship, and he took over
the business.
He took over the show because he became the focus of the show. And I can't remember the name of that series, but I think that's the first time we saw boy love on TV.
So, okay, let me first also mention this, because that this is what I came to realize later on. I didn't even know about this.
Yeah.
So the boy love series are very different from a gay series. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I didn't know that either. There's a huge difference.
Okay.
So, gay series, you have gay actors. Boy love series, these are just actors. They are not gay.
Okay.
These are just two boys who are actors. They've been put together and they're acting.
Okay.
Yes. Are you getting the difference?
I get the difference, but I'm also trying to think. I don't necessarily know if the actors in the series on gay relationships are gay. So that's not an aspect I know of. But it's good that you draw that distinction because I know in the Western culture of these types of content and in Asia, they're viewed different. Yes. So that's a good distinction to draw. Yes.
So anyway, so that was the first one that I landed upon. That's Together something.
Mm-hmm.
Together with me or Together something. Anyway, and I remember watching it, and I was like, oh my God. And you would think the oh my God factor would come in because it's two boys falling in love, and having a relationship, But it was the way the script had been written.
Okay.
It was the personalization of these individuals.
The character development.
Yes. And then also giving them the human aspect of them. So you're not looking at them as, gosh, two boys loving each other. No. It was two people, two human beings loving each other.
Yeah.
It was, I've never seen, to be quite honest, I've never seen it depicted that way. And so it was like, and the way they had done it was, you would see like a touch of a hand. It was very small movements and gestures. A touch of a hand, a look. And it carried so much weight.
Okay.
And I was like, wow, okay, this is hitting differently. And then the scripts, the way they were written, there was such a depth to it. The conflict, that this person will even go through before they wonder whether my friend's going to be still okay with this.
Yes.
But then you'd have some of them where it's like, already because it's a boy love series, everybody is already accepting of the fact that if you fall in love with the boy, you solve it. That's just.
And that's the thing I also love about this. In this series, in this world, it's like presenting a world view.
Yes.
Where people are not judged based on who they choose to love.
Yes.
It's like a culture of accepting. Yes, there are ills and there are issues and there are struggles in that world view. But I feel like the thing I love that is that most people are in that world, in that show, are very accepting of people as they are. There's no judgment. It's, whatever other issues we may have, we may hate each other, we may take advantage of each other, but we accept each other as we are. And in whatever decision, like you decide to pursue your life, there's very little judgment in that.
Exactly. And they do it so differently. I think if you've watched any Korean drama, even if it's about the boy love series, you will realize, you have noticed for sure the scripting and even just the filming of their work. My God,
amazing.
It's so different and so beautifully done. I mean, the attention to detail is so.
The thing that first caught me with Korean TV or Asian TV in general, even when I look at Korean shows to Japanese shows to even Chinese, it is that number one, the pacing of the story. I love the way they pace their stories. And yeah, it's totally different from Western TV or even local TV. I love the pacing of the show. The fashion. Listen, the fashion got me. I was like, where? If there was a way I could get your tailor. Get your tailor to come.
Particular. So particular. Oh my God.
I really appreciate that aspect. Also, the thing I love about that is that they teach you family dynamics. It's a teaching moment in how the family dynamics work, in how the culture dynamics work, which is totally different from what we have. Some things are similar, but I also appreciate what that brings. The richness it brings to the story.
Exactly. And for them, it's an art. Representing everything, the colors, the movements, the words. It's also well put together. It's beautiful. So coming now to the Boy Love series, it was like that human aspect thrown in there. You would feel so good watching these two people fall in love and then also just talking and respecting each other, and even just the steps that were given to take care of, like, does he really like me? Does he know what am I going to do about this? You hold his hand and it's so exciting as you're watching. You feel all these butterflies and just like
you get so excited. And even the approach, the pacing of so even outside of the story, the bigger story, the one-on-one relationship, as people are falling in love, the things that they do to communicate or to hide their feelings. I love that aspect of it. It was just like giving me all the feels. And the way the little gestures of love. Like when you like someone, the things they do, not necessarily things we're used to seeing. But then later you realize, oh, that was part of your love language. And that's a thing. And it teaches you so much about how different people will go about.
And that's true.
Yes.
Because I think we are so, or rather I'd say I'm so used to like boy-girl relationships. And you just know how the boy is supposed to treat the girl and how the girl will respond and stuff like that.
Yes.
It was just so nice to just see this whole new dynamic of a boy loving each other. And just the care and the tenderness.
Yes.
And because most of the time you think of a dude as, and it's not that they give away, like they don't let go of the masculinity or whatever. But it gives you a different whole aspect of humanity and how love is, the wholesomeness of love, where just because I'm a guy and you view me as someone who is supposed to be, doesn't mean
I don't get hurt.
Yes, and I can't be soft and gentle and kind and, providing to another man, And that blew me away. I was just saying, wow, what? And in truth, it makes me really just respect humanity in a different way. It's like you stop looking at people as because you're a guy, this is the way I'm supposed to treat you, and because you're a girl, this is the way I'm supposed to. No. We are all human beings.
Yes.
It just genuinely makes you look at love and humanity in a completely different way.
Yeah, I appreciate that about this Asian TV. And yeah, that there's a lot of toxicity in pigeonholing people into their genders.
Yes. Yeah.
I think even watching this series has allowed me to be like, okay, these are softer masculine, and that is also good.
Yes.
And so long as you honor your boundaries, you honor what you're feeling, you honor what it is that you want to pursue. Just because you're either man or woman doesn't mean that you are precluded from not crying, from not seeking help when you feel hurt, from not being confused by someone's actions and asking for clarity.
Exactly.
Those are the things that, in traditional media, it's like, oh no, the guy is always clear on where he's going and he's never unsure and. And I'm like, sometimes you can be, but there are all these complexities, all these intersectionalities to it. Yes.
And I love that. I love the way it opened me up. Initially, I was just like, oh gosh, don't let anybody know that I watch this. But then I was just like, why not? You know what I mean? Because when you think about it, society is not super open to the fact that, boys loving each other.
Yes.
So there was that feel of like, let me just enjoy this quietly without letting anybody know. But I'm telling you, like, as I was watching it, I was just like, come on.
Yes.
There's nothing to like hate about this, because it also shows you the conflict of this guy even having to go talk to his parents. But then you see the concern of most parents when these kids go. They're concerned more about how will society treat you. I don't want you as my child to get hurt. And even the ones who will start off going like, absolutely not. You might not learn another boy. Later on, when they see their child happy, when they see this whole scenario, they're like, okay, hold up. This is not like some game they're playing. This is not some trisex kind of thing. This is genuine, actual love. These two are there completely for each other. And you will see the parent figure in that show changing their whole perspective and going like, my God, ultimately, I love you, my child. And ultimately, what I want is your happiness. And you being with this person is not even reducing that. It's amplifying what the things that I want for you. Where the heck would I cancel that out for you then?
Because even I remember in King Posh, the father knew about the relationship, and then there are things he was like I'm protecting you from this person who's going to break your heart.
Exactly.
Like, I don't care if it's another boy and you love this boy, but no, you need to take care of your heart and protect your heart, because if you're not careful, they will break your heart. Like that care. Just it's about you and you being whole and happy.
Exactly.
So anyone who, they can say they love you, but they need to prove it to me first that they will actually love you and care for you.
Yes, and it's true and genuine. It genuinely opens up your eyes in so many different ways. It just makes you just appreciate life wholesomely.
Yes.
It also helps in one way or another. Like, take away judgments.
Yes.
And just look at people who they truly are. Stop judging people based on like, oh, they're like this. No, that's not for me. If you don't agree with something, well and good. Nobody needs to force anything down your throat. You can easily choose to walk away. But I feel like with every thing that maybe you look at as a challenge, there's something there to learn, to pick up, that can help you grow and just, relish the goodness of life. So with the shows, I love that they give so many different aspects. Not to also talk about just the juiciness of
yes. I mean, they are juicy, by the way.
They are quite
juicy. If you want a juicy show,
yes,
the boy love shows they have enough juice.
Yes.
There are some tame ones and very explicit, but then if you want the juice, there are juicy ones. But then also the other thing I appreciate, the other failed relationship, how they deal with like, yes, we were together, yes, it didn't work out.
Yes.
How they handle that also is very interesting. Yes.
And then they also have their friends around them.
Yes.
And if you've ever noticed, like when the friends come in, let's say like there's a failed relationship, like, you got hurt. The way they come in and hold you up.
Yes.
You cry, we are here for you.
Your community shows up.
Yes. They stand with you, they're there for you. And the words of like advice and wisdom that they share. I mean, come on. If you have a society that's built with people who are always looking out for each other's well-being, I don't see how you would hate on that.
No, I think I've never cried so much. Like when you're watching, I mean, yes, there's a juicy parts, but even the heartbreaks will make you sob and cry.
Oh my
Like
God.
they really, like they hit you where, like you feel things.
Top
really,
Form did that to me.
Really?
Top Form? Oh my God. I think it was like maybe episode, I forget what episode it was, like four-ish, five-ish, I think.
Yeah.
There's a scene there where the guy gets drunk. I think the boyfriend was out of town or something.
Yeah.
And, you know, he calls, but somebody else answers the phone. This guy was drunk, did not know what had happened. Anyway, when he comes, they're in the car, and this guy just does not know what happened the night before. So he doesn't even know what to say to his boyfriend.
Yeah.
And he turns to open the door and get out of the car because he's just like, I don't know what to say, you know? The boyfriend goes like, I'm telling you, if you open that door and leave, and then there's like a quiet, like, I'm not coming after you. No! I swear it was just like you literally could feel the heart just go back. And the guy still opened the door and he left. And when he drove away, this guy fell down crying. That was so hard. I was just like, oh my God. Some of them are just really, it gets to you. It gets to you. That's the other thing too. The acting
is very good.
Oh my God, these guys really, they put their whole selves in it. And now remember, these guys are, this is just two boys who've chosen acting as a career, but you now have to show this love to this guy. And maybe outside of this, you have a relationship with a girl. Do you know what I mean? You love girls, but now here you're acting. But the way they bring it out, it's just like, come on.
I think it plays into the creativity that is in the whole industry there. The writing is top notch. The costuming, the you know, everything that brings that show to life is top notch, and so is the acting. And they don't hold back. Like you can tell me this dude loves dudes in real life, and I'm like, I'm not questioning. You're not questioning. Love who you love. Love is love. Love is love.
Oh, they do it so beautifully. But I also understand they do go through a very they go through a process. So like if you're the two actors who've been decided for now, this is the series you're going to do. The two guys who are doing each other, two main leads. You're given you get to live together for months.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yes, you get to live together for months. You have to learn each other's mannerisms, you know. So you're spending really each and every waking moment together, such that you become so comfortable with each other. Because I mean, if you were to put me in a room with a girl and tell me act, I'd be like, no, you know. So you can imagine how much time they have to spend together for them to actually be like, I'm comfortable about this and I'm comfortable with you in this way. But then they also talk. The actors, they'll be like, how far is too far for you? What is not comfortable for you? So there's also that respect of like, I respect these boundaries that you've set, and you respect mine as well. Such that now when you're even acting and when you get into these scenes where there's discomfort, perhaps when you're touching or whatever, you already know. You already know what is okay, you already know what is not okay. Which I just think, just that whole setup of it and the way they do the whole creation process, it's beautiful, it's respectful. Oh, I love it. I do.
No, I'm just remembering there's a scene. I was rewatching Being Mary Jane the other day, and in there there's a character. One of the TV hosts is a gay man, and he's using Mary Jane as his beard, right? So whenever the parents are in town, he's like, oh, they should come. And then so they're busy trying to lie to the parents about how this guy and they've been traveling, they've been living this life as a married couple. And then the mother just goes, I know you're gay. And this guy goes, I don't know what you're talking about. And no, so he's trying to deny. And then the father is sitting there quiet, right? And the mother is like, I've known. And so then the first question he asks is this why you won't let your mother come visit? Right? You won't let your mother come visit you. Whenever she says she wants to come visit you, you're like, no. Is this why you won't let your mother visit? And, you know, so you think the conversation, because it's a black family, so black parents, and the host, the anchor is black, and Mary Jane is black as well. So you think the conversation here is going to be about how we don't tolerate this. No, but he's like, what in your life has made you think that lying to me, your father, is okay? What have I ever done in your life to make you think? Let me tell you. And then he's like, the son is like very defensive, and he's like, no, I know you're not into gay relationships, but he's like, what does that have to do with anything? You are my son, and that right there is like the thing you want to see. It's like, yes, all these other things. Yes, there's a life I want for you. There's what I have envisioned for you. Yes, but this is a safe space, regardless. And I feel like this is what these shows are trying to encourage. It's like, yes, we all have our biases here and there, but the people you love and who love you are your safe space. So don't go putting yourself in a dangerous situation like you can always come home and be honest about who you are. And I love that. Oh, I absolutely love that. Oh, gets me every time, because I feel like it's also an issue, even if you're not gay or whatever issues. It's like there's always a part of ourselves we're trying to hide from the people who love and love us. But I feel like if we can be honest about this thing, then it opens the door to be vulnerable, to be open, to communicate, to say, this hurt me. This also let people be themselves and live fully. You know what I mean? Because like now, okay, like actually that's made even me think about let's say that now here in Kenya, you will find there's some families who won't allow their children to get married in certain tribes. You know? In truth, when you think about it, it's the same kind of thing. You know, where you're like, but are they genuine though? Do they love each other? Is it the tribe itself, or is it an experience you had with one particular person of that tribe that made you develop that kind of like negativity? You know what I mean? Yes. And I think maybe we should really look at different aspects of life in a broader manner. Because even sometimes we carry ourselves as, I'm very, very progressive. Yes. Agreeing to this and that and that. But then you will find is that one little thing. Yes. You know, like, no. Why? And then also, I usually feel like sometimes the issue you're saying, so for example, if you're bringing up an objection to a thing, specifically say what it is. So that now it is resolved. Yes. We don't do things like that. Why is it? How would you like them to be done? If interacting with this group of people like this is what is causing a concern, says exactly what the issue is. Is it the dowry? Is it the food that will be served? Is it the church? Because some people come, it's about the religion, it is about the food, it is about how we bury. It's not even about living situation, it's about dying situation. So I'm like, but now you won't let them live together because of how they will die and they'll be dead. So now, how agree? Let's say, okay, yes, we have a concern because you guys bury your people like this. Or we have a concern because when you slaughter a chicken, you slaughter it like this. Or when you talk in a function, you use this language. Let's agree on what the issues are. And I feel like this people use those broader things as an excuse to not address specific issues. Yes, that's true. That is true. Yeah, and I wish we could be more open about talking about them. Nobody's asking you to accept everything, but talk about it. Yes, and at least just respect another person's perspective on whatever subject that might be. If you don't agree with it, well and good. Nobody's gonna shove it down your throat. But I think let's respect each and every person's way of life and the things that they choose to do, as long as they're not harming themselves or the other person. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Yeah. Because I feel like sometimes when we put limitations, things are based on fear. You live a bad life. You don't allow yourself to fully live, and that's sad. And to cut off let's say your child from living fully based on the fact that you have a belief you grew up on. Yeah, that's not nice. It's a sad thing to do. Yeah, for both of them. I think it creates a dangerous situation, and then now when someone is hurt or in a bad situation, then they feel like they cannot call you. Yeah. Because you are against everything. Yes. You are against everything. And now they don't know how to come to you and say, I'm in trouble. Help me. Yeah. Yeah. That's sad. Yeah. But anyway, yes, these BLs, I'm enjoying them. I'm enjoying watching them. I'm enjoying the scripts. I'm enjoying the broader view of love.
Just the entertainment aspect of it all.
It is so totally different, and I love it. And I think forever, always, my favorite will be Kim Posh. So at top form, they have us. Okay, I love the story setting and the way it is, but for some reason, it doesn't. Like I feel like it doesn't grab me the way Kim Posh grabbed me. Because I think the story in Kim Posh was very heartbreaking, but I feel like maybe that's a bit more dramatic. And then also the characters were very masculine, feminine leaning, and not that it was boy love, but still the characters are very drastically.
Though when they started out in Posh, both of them were very, very masculine,
presenting.
Yes. I was like, okay, I can't tell who's gonna be who here.
Yes.
But yeah, and the acting was also so amazing, so amazing. I mean, come on. Wow. Yeah.
And then now when they start to open up, like that relationship changes.
And then the realization, like, oh my god, I could be in love with this guy. That moment was just like, dear God, It's like, you could just see the wheels turning. Like, what in God's name? How did this even happen?
But I feel like that it happens in life too. I feel like sometimes when say for example, people then you realize they have feelings for each other. Huh? When did this happen?
But they do it so well. Because they make you feel like that kind of nervousness, that confusion, that I don't know how they even are able to act so well when you're also like,
because they don't give in. Like because it's boys. Like you don't know how this is going. You're like, what is this? What are we doing? What are we talking about? Because even the nuances. First of all, I had to rewatch because I was like, wait, did I not understand what? That one just went over my head. The nuances of how they flirt, how they express interest.
Exactly.
I'm like, very interesting.
Yeah, because I think in Kim Posh, he kind of found himself just sort of like gravitating towards this guy. So I want to sit with you. But this guy is a bodyguard. So it's kind of like, why am I?
It's a mafia kind of mafia family.
Exactly. So it's like, why am I going to sit next to the bodyguard? What's happening here? So that was quite interesting.
But even top form, I loved how the guy who was like
the pro actor,
how life took him on this journey, and now he became not the top actor anymore. How life just changes, roles are reversed, and the guy who was a newbie becomes the top actor.
And then it's like the way there was so much respect between the two of them.
Yes,
and it wasn't more even like as actors in the show itself.
Yes.
And then also respect in like, I'm younger, you're older, like you know much more in this industry.
Yes.
And I respect that about you. But then also just, you're older than I am.
Yes.
And I'm in love with you.
Yes.
And I respect that. There was so much being given that it was delicious. I mean, I can't lie. I love, wow.
So I love the way it changed, because the guy you thought was young has more confidence.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And then even the guy who's older, you assume you're successful, he has no purpose.
Yeah.
He's feeling lost.
Yes.
He's like feeling like he's not pursuing what he really wants, and he's trying to kind of break the mold and do this thing in a different way.
Yeah.
I love that the way those roles kept changing, and then how they fight for the thing they want.
Yes. And for each other. This love that they have. And I was just like, come. Oh, it was so beautiful.
Yeah.
And the younger guy also being sort of like the anchor for this older guy.
Yes.
He really held him up. Like, he'd be like, it's like he used to feel like, it's as though you don't see that I will be there for you, but let me show up.
Yeah.
I mean, like, come on.
Listen, even in life now, we have always assumed like being older is a thing
means that
to be venerated. Yes. And then the older have nothing to learn from the younger. And I'm like, no. Everyone has something to teach. There's something to love about everybody, and everyone has like the thing that brings some magic to life.
It was so beautiful. I was just like, please, if you want something that's gonna shake things up, just try. Yeah.
So so definitely Kim Posh.
Yes.
Kim Posh, and then which other one?
Top form also. Though, like I used to just check out to see what people say, like what people recommend, like how would you start?
In the charts.
Yeah. And there were people who would say start slow.
Oh, okay. So don't start with Kim Posh.
Don't start with Kim Posh, because that one, once you start with Kim Posh, your bar is always gonna be your bar is always gonna be king posh. Like you just need that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So start slow and let it build up.
Yeah.
So again, you might start with king posh and find yourself like always finding something that's maybe on that level. But I'm telling you, wow, there's a lot. There's a lot to choose from.
Yeah. So I think we'll provide, like, you'll send me links for 3.
Yes.
I'll put them in the show notes, and then I will put contemporary, like regular man-woman, Korean dramas that I have loved, because also they still have all those feels, like the lessons, the creativity, the storytelling, the pacing, the juiciness.
Yes.
Because once you go into that rabbit hole,
that's it.
You're there for several months at a time, and you don't want Western dramas. You go to Western dramas, you're like, please take me back. Take me back.
And I've seen a lot of people say that once they started watching K-dramas, they couldn't go back to Western shows. They were just like, it's impossible.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah. And I think it's good. I think it's important to, like, even with the media you consume, let it ignite you. Let it, set you ablaze, excite you, get you happy. Because me and Helen, and so whenever we are talking about these things,
it's so delicious.
Like, we'll be here for hours. Yes. I think, like, we've yet to do. I don't know if we can watch a TV show together, because that would be so good.
We should do that.
Yeah, I think we just need to. Yeah, we'll make time for it.
We can do it and just watch one episode and then just
break it down. Yes. Yeah, because usually we just watch it and then we come back and we're like, oh my god. Yes. Like the juice. Yeah. So we'll definitely share those. And if you have any questions on this content that we're sharing and all the fields that are related to it, please send us an email. I would love to keep talking about this, because I think I don't know, how did you used to watch or love, what kind of books did you read before, like when you were reading books? Romance, adventure?
Okay, so it's a lot of romance, non-fiction, non-fiction. Gosh, I still haven't read books in a long time.
But when you were reading,
because I remember after I read A New Earth.
Oh, Paul Coelho?
Yeah. No, Ekatoli.
Sorry.
I genuinely felt, though I've read all of Paul Coelho's books, all of them.
Yeah, all of them too.
Though now after I read Ekatoli, A New Earth, I felt like I needed something now that would have that, and I've never found a book. After that, I was just like, give me something that will be
that level.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I haven't read in a while. I've done a couple of books online, but now this one, these are spiritual books. Like, it's not this.
This is for entertainment purposes only.
So, but I used to read, like, in high school. There was a lot of like romance dramas and those kind of things. And then I moved now to the fiction and non-fiction stuff, autobiographies as well. Yeah. Then I don't even know how I just sort of went. And then Paulo Coelho. I don't know how to pronounce his name. He's the one who introduced me to like sort of like that genre of books, and then I just landed on Ekatoli. After that, I was like,
but you feel how you feel, and you pursue that elevation. And I think it's also important to honor that journey. I think it's beneficial. It's grow in as many different directions as possible. Right? It's not linear. Growth is
right?
And that's the thing.
And that's true, though.
Yeah,
it's been good, though. Yes, I'm thoroughly enjoying these BLs, because I feel like they're also opening me up to
worldview.
Exactly.
And apart from the juice, which I really appreciate, when you need some juice, you need it. When you need an expanded worldview, it is there. There's a creativity, there's a fashion, there's a cinematography. Oh my God. Listen, the rhythm and pacing of stories is also a very crucial part to how people absorb. And I think that's something that's overlooked, even when we're doing local shows, because I feel like they miss that mark. So, but we're definitely open to talking more about this.
For sure.
So please send us an email, comment, and then we'll continue this conversation if you want it. As in the meantime, as we just continue having our fun offline as we do. So thank you again for honoring our call and coming and just being open and just discussing this in as broadly and as openly as possible. I appreciate you, Helen.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you too. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.